welcome to Pep Talks with Jeanne. I'm your host, Jeanne Pepper. I started doing Pep Talks as a way to inspire you to do intentional acts of kindness and to further the goals of #BlazeItForward. Since its inception, Pep Talks has evolved, and now I use it to interview people actively making a difference in this world through their volunteerism, community service, or careers. My guests are all here because they have dedicated their lives to making this world a better place. Join us as we delve into the hopes, dreams, and aspirations of these truly inspiring and hardworking people. This season, we will be using a panel format in some of our episodes to bring together synergistic guests to discuss topics that weave the social fabric of the world around us. Welcome to another episode of Pep Talks with Jeanne. I have Mike Auchter in the studio with us today. Welcome to Pep Talks, Mike.
Oh, thank you, Jeanne.
Well, tell us about yourself. You've got an interesting past, and the reason why I wanted you here was because you are a member of the OC Gay Men's Choir.
That's correct, yeah.
Which we're going to learn all about today. So let's get going. What is your story?
Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me to talk about my two favorite subjects, the Orange County Gay Men's Chorus and myself.
So it's chorus, not choir.
Correct.
Okay, so
correct.
let's make
That's
sure we get that straight.
the official title is chorus, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. I am retired. I've been with the chorus since 2018 when I moved here from Michigan, and joined the board almost immediately and became president of the board a year after I joined. So I am very much an organizer, a person that likes to keep things I love. I want to keep it going. I want to further, and I want to make good. Put it that way.
I love that.
And so, yes, that's where we are. I live here in Irvine with my husband. And yes, I became president through the pandemic, which was also a challenge. But yes.
Yes. And so how did the chorus practice during the COVID epidemic?
Yeah, virtually. One of the methods, and to make the chorus more accessible to more people, you don't necessarily have to read music. And our music director puts together rehearsal files for each of the parts, so you can learn just by listening.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and so we were able to continue that, and for performances, we do have virtual performances online, we did our biggest production was called Camp Teeny, and it was a summer camp, and our camp counselor was Ben de la Creme.
Great.
And so she volunteered to help us out with that, and it's a delightful. I'm very proud of it. Very
Great.
Delightful sort of production.
I love that. Is the OC Gay Men's Chorus, is that the first time you've been involved in organizing with a club or singing, or how did this all come about?
Sure. Well, I've been singing since I've been in 7th grade. And it's been an important part of my life as a, closeted gay kid. It was the relief I needed. In high school, I went to a Catholic high school, and I was a choir jock. And it was a smaller high school, so that some of the football team was also in the choir, which gave it a little cachet.
So made it more cool?
Made it cooler, a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
And because it was a Catholic school, we had a subgroup, men's group, a dozen of us sang in cassocks and surplices, Gregorian chant. And, as part of that group, we were asked to sing for the various churches in the area. It was a Central Catholic Church. There were 5 parishes that served or contributed and served. So whenever someone passed, we would get in a van and go sing the funerals.
Oh, so this is where you first became familiar with funerals.
Yes.
We're going to get into that because you have a history with death.
Well, yes. And mostly becoming more comfortable with it as a part of life and accepting part of it. And it really comes down to listening to the living, but again, maybe we can get into that more later. So in high school, I sang literally hundreds of funerals because I didn't like going to school, and it got us out of class.
Wow.
And it was always during the school day that there was a funeral going on.
I wish I'd known about that when I was in high school. It was a way of getting out of school. Singing. This is amazing.
And we got credit for it because it was a Catholic school. It was,
you were encouraged.
Religious based. Yes, I was in church.
Yeah.
So
that's beautiful.
Yeah, and we did a lot of good. We really did a lot of good. And so, yeah, from there I went to the University of Michigan, joined the Glee Club there. And really that's where I got my wanderlust, and it cemented my love of male choral music and what it brought to me personally, whether it was in church or more secular music. The Glee Club fare is a lot of Negro spirituals, classical music, some commissions, very little popular, but mostly very traditional stuff.
Yeah.
And that's really my roots.
Were there a lot of identified gay men in these chorus?
I don't know.
You don't know. So this isn't something that necessarily attracts people that are gay. It was just people that like to sing.
Correct.
So the fact that you have found enough gay people that want to sing together and be open about their sexuality in public is kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Especially in Orange County.
I can't take credit for that in Orange County.
Yeah.
That was our founder, Rich Cook, in the year 2000. And he came out very late in life himself, and decided that, especially after seeing the Turtle Creek Chorale, which is Houston's gay men's chorus, he was inspired to start something here in Orange County. So he put the word out, and really that's where the word, the title Men Alive came from, because anything with the word gay in it, you wouldn't get people coming to sing, and you wouldn't get people coming to hear it in Orange County. It was the reality of the time. And so he kind of buried the gay subtitle, and auditioned this group, and they started, I think, with 18 singers originally, which was his minimum threshold. He said, if I can't get 18 guys to come and sing, I'm just going to give up on this. And he lives in Palm Springs now. I mean, he's relayed this story to me a couple of times now. So,
but he's still part of your chorus, or
no? He retired, I think, in 2015 or 2016. And so we've had, Bob Gunn was our artistic director for a while, and now our music director is Steve Malloy, who moved from Cincinnati 2 years ago to come and lead us.
Wow.
Musically. So,
and these are paid people.
Yes.
You have a staff.
Yeah, we do. These are contractors. We are a small, I guess, nonprofit.
Yeah.
But we're mostly volunteer.
Yeah.
There are some functional things that we pay for talent. I don't want to disrespect people, so we pay them what we can. Mm-hmm. But, reality is they wouldn't be here if they weren't also passionate about what we do. Right.
So before we started your interview, we talked about maybe you showing us some of the performances. So at this point, is there any particular performance that you'd like us to show our audience?
Well, we have a YouTube channel that has many of our videos on it. I would have to say the holiday ones are really the bigger productions. And that's where Men Alive specializes, is, we put on shows. We don't, our current music director introduced the term park and bark. We aren't this group.
Okay.
We put on shows. And I think that picking one of those would be a good introduction to what we do.
So let's stand by now while we grab a clip from your YouTube channel to show our audience.
Song for a happy new year, around the world merrily loud.
So these performances, like the one we just saw,
Yeah.
they stay on YouTube and people go back and watch them and enjoy them. Are they always different?
Yes, we really try to introduce some creativity in the presentation of the music, and most recently we've emphasized a story arc.
Oh, okay. So like a
Within-
musical
Yeah.
theater kind of a vibe.
Yes, exactly. Really heavy on the music, not so much on the dialogue in between, because that can get a little bit heavy-handed sometimes. But we're blessed with really creative people that can put together shows. We've done 2 years now. Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun at Halloween.
That's funny.
And this the last show was in October, was Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun, Circus of Monsters.
And we can find that on YouTube.
No.
Okay.
The previous one, yes, but the Circus of Monsters, no. The recording person that did it, both of his hard drives crashed, and unfortunately it's lost.
Oh, this happens.
It does
It
happen.
does happen. It happens to
Yes.
the best, even the best.
But then we also last year did iconic, so Tina, Madonna, all the single names.
Oh, how
of
fun.
Female
Do you sell
artists.
tickets to your concerts?
We do, yes. And most, we kind of consider the Irvine Barclay Theater, our home, though we rent the space and when it's available. But yes, we sell them to the Barclay box office.
Oh, good to know. I'm going to go
And-
check that out.
Yeah, our next concert's in May, May 16th. And it's iconic to The Men. So that one's going to be a great show as well.
Oh, fun. You getting ready for it now?
Oh, yes, we've started rehearsals already.
So this podcast will be very timely then for getting the word out about
think
this
so,
about this
yes, yeah.
concert. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, we will have information with the posting of this, with the publishing of this podcast, for how people can get tickets to that and when it is and where it is, and we're going to tell them why they should be there.
Perfect.
Yeah, because, anytime that we get to hear you sing is going to be fantastic. I know I get to hear you sing at the Radiant Healthcare Gala on
Yes.
March 29th.
We're very
at the
excited about that.
Anaheim Marriott, and I am on the committee that is preparing for that gala right now. We just did a tasting for that about a week ago, and there's going to be some fabulous food. You should definitely go there for the food. The singing will be okay too,
We are so honored to be part of that.
and you'll be singing with David Archuleta.
Yes.
Yes, so who is I happen to see his rise to fame on American Idol
Yes.
many years ago. I don't even, God, so long ago. So long
I think
ago.
he was the first season or
It
something
could have
like that.
been.
He
It was a while
way
ago.
back when.
Yeah, exactly. I don't watch TV anymore. Is that show still on television?
Yeah.
I don't know either.
I don't watch it either. So
So tell me a little bit about your coming out. Is it a story you want to share? Can we learn from it? What is there to learn from it?
I don't know if you'll be able to learn from it, but
Yeah.
to me it's a different sort of coming out. I'm the oldest of three, and my mom's side of the family is from an Irish tradition, so I always felt a little bit of a shove into the priesthood.
Oh, how
Because
interesting.
in Irish families, it's quite an honor for the oldest male to
That's a
go into the
very
priesthood.
traditional.
Very traditional
very
view.
traditional
It was,
view.
and it wasn't really overt, but certainly from
There was just an expectation.
yes.
Oh, wow.
A little bit of an expectation. It worked in my favor.
Yeah, because they were okay with you never getting married and never having children.
And never dating really
Perfect.
in high school. Perfect cover.
Oh, I love this.
Love
And
it,
did you just go along with all this? Oh yeah, priesthood for me.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
up until about senior year of high school.
Oh
And
my!
that
Up
was,
until then, they thought you were going to the seminary.
well, that was I was edging that way, and I had 2 friends that did go to seminary. They were one and 2 years older than I, and it was very clear that this was not me. I'm an engineer. I'm an engineer from right down to my DNA. And
You are and you're not, because my son's an engineer, and you seem a little bit more. What's the word for it? A little bit more well-rounded in your social abilities.
Oh,
Is that
well,
is that a
thank you.
polite way of saying engineers are different?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And my father and my grandfather, they were tool makers. So very mechanical, very problem solving.
Yeah.
I like to fix things.
I do too.
And
But I'm not an engineer.
Well,
yeah.
But that's a characteristic, and I think that's the strongest characteristic I had.
Yeah.
And so I did my kind of flirtation with the seminary and the priesthood kind of prepared me more to be a listener, to think more spiritually.
Oh, I love that.
And but then when I hit college, it was all engineering.
You loved it. You knew it was your thing.
And then and the music was the main anchor for me was within the church.
Okay.
It was the music, and being able to continue that in a secular environment at the University of Michigan, kept me in those eddies. And I went through college still in the closet.
Did you know you were in the closet? Like, when did you figure that out?
No, I did. I remember when I was in high school having feelings for men and boys of my age. And the priest was very, very kind and said, it's probably a phase, which is what they were told to say.
Wow.
And so I believed him. And so I just sort of waited for that phase to go away, and it didn't. I did try to force the issue one or two times going on dates, but never got past the hand-holding stage, no desire. So when I graduated college, I went right to work for General Motors at the time. And I was working 4:30 to 3 a.m. They made me a production supervisor in a metal stamping plant, very rough environment, very dirty, noisy environment. Not my favorite job in the world, but it certainly built character. But I was so busy, and I was working those hours that I didn't have a social life. I couldn't have a social life. So I kept pushing it down. About age 28, I then was working for Ford, and I kind of discovered that, or realized that I was stopping at the party store every day on the way home, buying a 12-pack, drinking most of it, and doing that 3 and 4 times a week. And I knew that, this was not
How
right.
old were you at that point?
28.
Okay, 28. So you still haven't come out at 28 years of age.
No.
And everybody just thinks that, oh, well, he was going to go in the seminary, so he's just very religious.
And a workaholic.
A religious workaholic.
A religious workaholic.
Oh, wow. Did they have a shocker coming?
Yeah. So, and I don't know, maybe this is too rude to say, but I went to see a psychologist, and after the 3rd session, she just told me, you need to go get laid. So,
well, she wasn't wrong.
If you need.
She wasn't wrong. No, we don't need to edit that. That's real life. I mean, a medical doctor told you this, basically.
Right, exactly.
So a professional.
It was a prescription.
Yeah, I know. This is a prescription.
So after I got the advice, I went to joined a young men's rep group at the local LGBTQ center, and though I wasn't young, I was pushing the limits of that group. But it's really where I started dating and started meeting other gay people, because, working in an automotive factory, you don't bump into a lot of openly gay people. And
really?
No
idea.
At least at the time. Maybe it's changed, but at that time, I didn't have even an opportunity to meet.
So many wasted years. Okay.
Yeah.
So you come out when you're 28 years old,
Yep.
and I'm assuming you dated. How did you meet people?
Mostly through starting with that rap group, and there was about, I'm going to say 20 guys in that group.
Okay.
And, we would go, the rap part of it was, kind of boring, actually. But the real fun happened. Afterward, we go for pizza.
Oh, dude, I'm all over that.
Yeah, and so, and that's where really I started to get to know people, and there was one other engineer, and gay engineer is part of this in this orbit, and everybody was, oh, we can't wait to introduce you to Frank. Oh my God, he works for Chrysler. He's an engineer.
Other gay engineer that lives in this world.
And
wow.
He's still one of my oldest and dearest friends. We never actually clicked or dated.
Yeah.
But I've known him for whatever that is, 30 years.
Oh, that's
now.
so great.
Yes.
Okay, so when you're in your early 30s, you moved to England.
Yes.
Transfer with work.
Yeah.
And somehow you get involved in the death industry.
Well, I went for a 3-year assignment, and it turned into 6, because in fact, if Margaret Thatcher hadn't completely destroyed the manufacturing industry, I'd probably still be there. But I couldn't make a living to stay. So, I was there for a while, and I dated, and, enjoyed myself, and I eventually met Adam, and Adam and I met at a party, mutual friend, and hit it off and started a relationship. And he is a funeral director, and at the time worked for someone else. And he and I wound up getting a premises, and mostly his work, I gotta say, because I had a full-time job with Ford at the time. Mm-hmm. So he put it together, and I helped on weekends, and and I worked for the concern whenever needed. So I helped.
You drove a hearse.
Yeah, I drove hearse, drove the limos, drove in England especially. They really respect the older traditions. So Adam would pace in front of the cortege.
Oh wow!
And I would drive, and then we, the coffin was carried on shoulder to either the crematorium or the gravesite, mostly the crematorium.
Wow!
And
did you do any famous people?
No. This was in a small suburb of London. No famous people were anywhere near that place, but no. But it was really interesting too, because the cultural diversity there is just incredible.
Yeah.
And Adam had an uncanny knowledge of every tradition's protocols, concerns, how to talk, and I learned a lot from him. How to go, to a Buddhist funeral, or someone of a Pakistani descent. This is what you do or don't do. This is what you say. This is what you don't say. I learned so much, and the people and the situations, everyone was completely different. It's a bit schizophrenic too. If you have multiple funerals in a day, you can go from a horrible, tragic loss of a child to someone who had a rich life and a giant family, and it's just love. And so there's varying degrees of grief in situations, and being able to function and contribute and be part of those situations was an honor. It was really a hell of an education.
Wow. I mean, you make it sound so just okay, but for me, like, it's so scary. Like, the whole idea of dealing with bodies and grief. And I mean, I have PTSD from what I've had to deal with, but I don't think it was ever going to be easy for me. That's just not an easy thing for most people.
Right.
So how did you do this? Like, the first time you had to deal with taking a body to a crematorium or helping Adam with this stuff, like, isn't that kind of shocking?
No, remember I sang a lot of funerals in high school. So I had been around, corpses. I'd been around coffins. I'd been around grieving people. And so it wasn't completely unfamiliar.
Yeah.
But also I trusted him. I followed his direction till I got the confidence to, kind of act on my own. And throughout my life, losing relatives at intervals, starting when I was fairly young. I lost my aunt to cancer, and she was my godmother as well. And I remember the one thing I remember about that experience was vomiting out the grief at the funeral. And I didn't control it. I didn't try to control it. I fell apart.
That's kind of amazing, though.
And I bumbled onto this coping mechanism. And, when my mom died a year and a half ago, I was a lot more deliberate about it. But controlling and allowing myself, scheduling time to cry, but also when I was with the comfort of family, I God knows what I looked like, but I fell apart.
How did your family do with your coming out? How did they? Were they respectful? Are they caring? How?
Boy, all the questions to answer or to ask, and I want you to cut me off because I will talk about this forever. Because I do try to be somewhat relatable. But when I came out to my parents, I went to dinner at their house, drove up from where I was living, and had dinner with them. And after dinner, I said, "Mom, stop the dishes. Come, I need to talk to you too." And I was...
Oh, that must have been so hard.
Shaky, quaky. Yeah, I did, because I really realized I didn't know my parents that well enough to know how they were going to react.
Yeah.
And, this was in the 80s. So my mom's immediate concern or question was, "Oh my God, do you have AIDS?"
Oh, that's understandable.
It was very understandable. I assured her that, no.
Yeah.
No.
So hard.
And that was really hard. But it turns out that my father, who was in the Army, knew gay people in the Army and didn't have a bad experience with them. They were just nice guys who happened to be gay.
Yeah.
And at least that's what I remember of what he told me. But the other thing was my grandmother. Now, my grandfather died fairly young and didn't leave my grandmother with much. So she had to go to work. So there's a print shop in Reading, Pennsylvania, owned by two gay men. And I didn't know they were gay at the time. And they hired my grandmother to be a receptionist. And she did that for years and years and years. And after she couldn't do it anymore, they kept her on their health care.
Oh, wow.
And that level of kindness was what my dad knew of gay people.
Isn't that something?
My biggest concern was how he would react, but he had these positive interactions and really owed a debt of gratitude to these gay men who took care of my grandmother.
Wow, that's so interesting.
In that way. So
that was his mother.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so, it didn't go as planned or as I thought. I thought there'd be some consternation.
Well, wait, let's take a break here for a second. So your family's your dad's only experience really with people that had come out of the closet and were openly living as gay people was their kindness.
Yes.
Wow. That says a lot.
Yeah. And
about the power of kindness.
Yes. Exactly.
Like the power that had. It transcended generations because your father was able to appreciate you as a whole person and not just as your sexuality. Right. Yeah. Wow. Oh, now I'm crying.
No.
Oh.
Now I'm a bit of a coward because I really was empowered to come out when my brother and his wife announced that they were pregnant. Oh. So grandchildren. Wow. So I wouldn't be expected for grandchildren.
Oh. So basically your brother did you a favor.
He did a huge favor for me.
He took the pressure off.
He did, yes.
Hey, they were expecting you to go to the seminary, so there was never going to be any pressure there.
But I did have the opportunity, after Adam stayed in England when I moved back, and we did the long distance thing for a while, but it didn't work. But I had my husband, Mark, we were together for 8 years, and Mark has a son who was...
So Mark was after Adam?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a serial monogamist?
Total serial monogamist, yes. I thought I was the only one that used that term. You're pretty good.
I know, what can I say? I'm just all over the place.
But his son, he has a son, and came into his life at age 4.
Okay.
So from 4 to 12, I had a stepson.
Do you stay in touch?
Yes.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. In fact, his birthday is on the 31st of this month, so I'll be reaching out to him again. But he's 22 or 23.
Oh,
I don't remember. Anyway,
I have kids in that range.
yeah. He's a good man. He's a
Good.
really kind, nice, stable.
Is he gay?
man. No.
He hasn't come out yet, anyway.
No, he isn't. No, I don't think he's gay. No.
I've actually met quite a few people that are gay that had gay parents.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It does run in families.
It's genetic, I think.
Between my father and his brother,
Yeah.
there are 6 of us. I've
Yeah.
got 3 first cousins, and 50% of us are gay. So,
No way. Yeah, my husband's family, his dad had a first cousin who had a brother that was also gay. Out of 3 boys, two out of the 3.
Yeah.
And this is, I don't know, like if that's where it came from in my family, but who knows? Maybe.
I think it comes from both sides.
It must.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's genetic. I think that's pretty well established.
Yeah,
that
I think so too.
Yeah, you don't just wake up one day and say, "Hey, I want everyone to hate me." No,
Yeah.
I
I want my life to be difficult.
Yeah, I want everything to be harder. I want to have to worry about my safety
Yeah.
for the rest of my life. And yeah, it's like every mother's dream when she hears that she's got to have one more thing to worry about. Seriously, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think any mother really cares about the gay issue. We care about the safety of our children.
Yeah.
And the welfare and their ability to thrive in this world. And,
Exactly.
so we have to make this a better world where everyone can thrive.
Yeah.
Not just, heteronormative people
Yeah.
or, well, hetero-abnormal people, whatever.
However you want to put it.
However you
Yeah.
want to put it. But,
Yeah.
we're all weird in our own way. So, and the sooner you embrace that, the happier you'll be.
Exactly. And, it's almost cliche, but if you love yourself, then,
Yeah. But
it's.
I do love that your family was so nice to you, and you were
Yeah.
older too, so they had, what could they do at that point? It's not like they were going to take you to conversion therapy.
No.
Yeah.
Right. And, they raised us to be very independent people.
Oh, that's
my
great.
brother, sister, and I are all very, independent and, dare I say, fairly mentally well-to-do.
Yeah.
And we're very fortunate to have come from a traditional family that emphasized all the values that made us very independent without being cruel.
Yeah. Where is everybody now? Where are your brothers?
My sister and her
sister.
family live in Boston.
Okay.
My brother and his family, raised his family in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and my father lives now in Grand Rapids, Michigan as well. And then I'm in California. So we're coast to coast. I spent most of my adult life so far, or at least working life, in Michigan. And my parents lived very close to me. So I got to see them for lunch once a week. I'd leave work. They live close to my workplace, so I'd go up for lunch and I'd see them on the weekends. And so we were very, very close as eldest son and parents. And Dad used to say, Mike, you're getting the farm. But when it was clear that I was going to move to California with Alan and make a home here, he moved to be closer to my brother. So now my brother gets the farm.
Really? Oh.
Which is fine with me.
Oh, you don't want the farm. Okay.
No. He deserves the farm. My brother is doing an excellent job of making sure that Dad is, looked after, gets the doctor's appointments and stuff like that.
That's
So he's
good.
earning the farm.
So you don't have to worry about anything. Wonderful. That's great.
Yeah.
So tell me more about the OC Gay Men's Chorus. How often do you meet, and do you audition people to get into it? Where do you practice? And do you do things besides paid performances? Do you do community outreach? Do you do benefits for others? Do you help others with your music?
Right. Well,
lot to unpack there.
big subject.
Yeah.
Okay. You can think of Men Alive, the Orange County Gay Men's Chorus, as kind of an umbrella organization. And our most visible part of the organization is the performing part. We rehearse on Tuesday nights once a week. We realize people come from work, so we have a group of volunteers that make dinner. So on our break, there's something to eat, so people don't pass out. But also they do a great job. So that's, and we do audition, but the audition is, I would say, not so rigorous. that we want to make sure you can hold a tune, that you have a voice that works with the male voices. And that, to us, you don't have to be male, but if you have a male voice, you're welcome to join us.
You don't have to be male.
No.
So if I'm a tenor, I can join?
You don't have to be gay. Yeah. So.
I can try out?
Sure.
Okay. When?
Well, actually, we just closed auditions for the May
Dang.
show. But we will be opening them up for the holiday show.
Really?
Yes.
Do you want women in your that are not gay on the team?
If you look at the movement, the gay chorus movement across the United States, there are, depends on the nature of the chorus. And, there are, in Atlanta, there are many, and even I think in San Diego, there are genetically female people in the chorus.
Yeah.
We have not crossed that bridge yet.
Okay, so you don't have transgender men yet.
No, we've had one or two over the last 10 years.
Okay. Who sing with male voices?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. It's really, for us, it has to be about the voice.
It's the sound that you are trying to achieve,
yes.
and that comes from men, usually.
Right. And, the foundation of the group was we were a safe space for gay men, because gay men were under attack.
Why would you need that?
2000 in Orange County? Yeah. So that's the genesis, that's the history, and that's sort of the momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Getting over to that next step, to be truly an organization that accepts all LGBTQI plus people, it's something that is still somewhat aspirational, and as we grow, we're being more inclusive. When you have men in your title, it does throw people. But,
because you're not the gay men and women's chorus.
Right.
I wish you could be.
Right.
But that's not the point.
But there are gay men's choruses that have men and women in them.
Oh, okay. But just not this one yet.
Just not this one yet. And as the board, and president of the board, we just completed an exercise where we've completely revamped our vision, mission, and values.
Oh.
And part of that is to open it up and to allow us to maybe start a queer chorus as a sub-chorus.
Okay.
Or a trans chorus as a sub-chorus.
Oh, I like that idea.
Women's chorus as a sub-chorus.
Yeah, why not?
We already, as I started to say, the forward-facing group is what you see on stage. But we also have a group called Hearts Alive, and they are our non-performing members. Not only do they work backstage or help us with the performances, they also are a volunteer arm. So if food banking and things like that, that's kind of organized. We all participate, but it's organized through the Hearts Alive group.
So you have a community service arm of the.
Yes,
of the group.
And it's an important element of the building bridges, the outreach into the community. We do outreach as well. Under that umbrella, our Pride celebrations. Very happy to be done. We did the Mission Viejo Pride, their second one ever.
Oh, I want to be with you for the next one.
Okay.
Invite me.
All right.
Actually, I got an invitation from the people that run that. But I got it too late to participate this past year because sometimes people reach out to me in strange ways.
It was a huge, beautifully organized event.
Sure it was. But yeah,
lovely.
I think somebody DM'd me on some social media platform that I don't check my mail on.
Also, I think it came at a time when you were otherwise occupied.
That is very possible. That's actually probably true. So yeah, if people want to make contact with me, I highly recommend that if you DM me through social media, that you make sure that I see it, because if you don't hear from me, it means I didn't see it. So the best way to get a hold of me is through my website, because that will get you to a place where you can make direct contact with me, as opposed to a system that I rarely check for messaging.
Right.
Yeah, because
but you have to have a presence.
I still have to be there, but yeah. But okay, so there's a lot going on with the OC Gay Men's Chorus. You do community service, you do paid performances, you do
outreach.
You have people in your organization that don't sing, that just do community service.
We have dancing. We have dancers. So, our
like
shows
at your
include
shows,
dancing.
you have dancers?
Oh, yes.
Wow. Like
it's
drag queen dancers?
Really
or
important.
like
We have drag as well.
How cool.
I have to keep reminding myself that sometimes that we are more than, as I said before, a stand and sing.
Let's take a pause right now, and we're going to put some footage on of the dancers that are dancing.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
In the Gay Men's Chorus.
Okay.
So that clip is going to be right here.
So, Kevin, do we have the chorus?
We have chorus, Paul.
Good. Let's do this.
My name is George Frederick Handel, and this is my dear friend Ludwig van Beethoven. Say hello, Ludwig. What?
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
But I've already told you, I'm not a witch at all. Witches are old and ugly. What was that?
Munchkins, they're laughing because I'm a witch.
And you're old and ugly.
Oh, there is nothing, y'all. There ain't nothing that warms the heart, feeds the soul, and creates a good, loving family feeling like Christmas dinner. Except from. I love that too.
Some folks like to hear a Christmas song, but I like Christmas bells that go ding dong.
Oh, and look who else is here. Well, hello, Carol.
Hello, Carol.
Carol?
Carol.
Jingle, jangle, jingle, jingle, just bing bong. I love to hear them ring.
Jingle bell time and jingle bell time, dancing and prancing.
Oh, ring those Christmas bells, ring those Christmas bells. While they chime, we'll have a happy time. So ring those Christmas bells.
Where could those children be? In the Navy, everyone comes when I blow.
Cause I got friends in those places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away. Chase my blues away. And I'll be okay. Yeah, I'm not big on social graces. Think I'll slip on down to the oasis. Oh, I got friends in low places. Yeah, I got friends in low places. Oh, yeah.
Amazing video. And this is kind of getting me excited about your next big performance on May 17th.
Yes, it is the 17th.
The
Saturday.
17th of 2025, May 17th, which happens to be the day I came into this world.
Yes.
A long time ago.
A very momentous day.
So we're actually going to be celebrating my birthday with Men Alive this year. So
that guaranteed, you're going to get a plug on stage. But we'll be at the Irvine Barclay Theater. And
I expect to have somebody, if I'm there, wish me happy birthday or sing me happy birthday. I mean, I think that makes complete sense, don't you?
I think we can count on
that.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think we can count on it. But but what you see on stage, as I said, is just kind of the tip of the iceberg. And, we're going to probably talk about this again, but we save lives. People.
And we are going to talk about saving lives when we have Valerie, your executive director, who is going to be joining us on our next episode. So stay tuned. We've got episode 2 coming up with Men Alive, the Orange County Gay Men's Chorus, and their executive director, Valerie.
Jeannie, this has been such a privilege to share so much with you. You were an excellent interview, drawing all that stuff out. I forgot most of that stuff until we talked about it. So thank you very much.
It's like therapy.
Yeah.
For me too.
It truly is.
Because I
is.
need to keep my mouth shut more often. I don't. Yeah. But it was a great interview. And thank you for coming. It's actually, I am honored to have you here.
Oh,
yeah. I feel that you're just doing such great stuff. Music is just like the balm for the soul. It's just like it helps people feel good, and that's what you're doing here.
It's our mission is to transform Orange County to a more joyful, kind, and welcoming place.
Oh,
and
beautiful.
We have so many tools at our disposal, and to people viewing this, I would invite you to visit our website, ocgmc.org. You can join us in our mission by coming and becoming a part of our organization, becoming part of our chosen family, whether you're a performer or not. There's, of course, the ability to donate if you care to. But we are Orange County based. Everything we do is focused on Orange County. And we want this place to be a place where the Blaze Bernsteins of the world never have to be afraid.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here. Hashtag Blaze It Forward is a campaign my family started in 2018 after our son Blaze was murdered. Hashtag Blaze It Forward provides the inspiration to thousands of people to repair the world with intentional acts of kindness. If you would like to learn more about Blaze and how you can make a difference, check out www.blazebernstein.org or join our Facebook group at hashtag Blaze It Forward. You can also check out my website for this podcast at www.PeppTalksWithJeanne.com. There you can follow along with my podcasting adventures and learn more about my fascinating guests and their passion projects. I would like to thank all of the volunteers who help make my philanthropic endeavors a reality. Today, that includes my producer, Eli Moskowitz, all of the volunteer crew members who join us, and a special thank you to my son, Jay Bernstein, for the original theme song you hear at the beginning and ending of each show. This has been another episode of Pep Talks with Jeannie. Until next time, keep on making this world a better place.